What is up, my fellow operatives? Taff Taylor here with another cooking episode. Today I'm making taco salad shells with some taco meat. We got the lettuce. Don't have all the fixings on top. You can make it however you want. I just like mine pretty basic with meat and cheese, sour cream, all the fixings like that. So basically what I want to show you today is my hamburger meat that I got. This is a ground chuck I got from the local meat market. This is about 3 pounds worth. I'm just doing that just to make extra because I got to cook it all. I'm going to show you my way of cooking this and my little put together recipe. The first thing I got right here is a green pepper. I normally would have a onion also, but I decided not to have an onion this time. So what I did is I basically took the pepper and I cut it in half. So I cut it in half and we'll take the seeds out right here. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Taking that top off. Basically, I just got that. I just like to cut the placenta thing out, or whatever you want to call it, the core. Or just peppers, they call it other things. Just basically take your pepper, wash it off before you cook it. And I got my pan. I'm using this pan to cook my meat in because I got a big pot of it. And I'm just gonna go ahead and you can cut this up, dice it up however you want. You can slice it. I'm gonna dice mine. I like to cut it. Cut it up, doesn't have to be beautiful. All you gotta do is just make it, and then you put it in the skillet. Right now I got my skillet warming up, and at the same time I have my oven preheating because you want to toast your taco shells. I want to show you how to do that here in just a second. Let me get this. So what I like to do, one key thing you want to do is put your onions or your peppers or whatever you're going to put in there. Get that bad part out. Put your fresh vegetables that you're cooking, put them in there first. Don't you love peppers? Green peppers. Not spicy, just flavor. We're not putting no spicy stuff in here. Maybe the seasoning. You can put red pepper in here. You can dress this however you want. This is just my basic formula. And what I like to do is kind of chopping it. Doesn't have to be beautiful. Okay. I got that where I want it. You can get my frying. Turn your heat up to high. I'm going to unwrap my meat real quick. That's really weird how they pack this. But this is the freshest meat you can get. I cannot stress enough how awesome it is to get your meat from a meat store because they're always so much better than buying it from a grocery store. Publix is okay, but I like to go to my meat store right down the street. Alright, so my pan's pretty hot. Get your mixing spoon. Alright, right before I get started, it's still warming up a little bit. I just got two different, it doesn't matter what you use, I got two different taco seasoning packets. I'm using the packets because I'm going to mix that with my meat after you brown your meat. So we're not using this just yet. After we brown the meat and drain it as well, I also got these diced tomatoes that I'm going to add. This adds a lot of flavor to it as well. I've got my salt, pepper. I'm going to use some Creole seasoning. And I'm going to use the steak and chop seasoning. The reason I'm doing that is basically just to add that flavor to it. If you want a little bit of heat, I might do it, but if you want a little bit of heat, get you some crushed red peppers. You can use your packets from your pizzas that you get. You can just go get you a bottle. That works. You can do that if you want to add some heat to it. These are the shells that we use. They're like taco salad bowls. They're called Azteca. The only place I've been able to get these is at Walmart. Down there, right by where the yogurts and the cheeses are. It's right over there. It's in that section. That's where you can get these. It comes with 4 of them inside. And I'm going to show you how to do that here shortly. I got my oven preheat. It says to put it to 350, I believe. Yeah, 350, which I got that. I got this hot. We'll go ahead and put my oil in. Put your olive oil in. Good little dab of it. That's all you need. I use olive oil for almost everything if you haven't noticed so far. Roll it around your pan. Remember, make that pan hot first before you put the oil in. If you put the oil in while it's heating up, you're going to burn that oil. You don't want to do that. And then we're just going to, before we do the meat, I'm going to add my peppers in it. Let's go ahead and, oh yeah, see that sizzle? This is going to help absorb all those fats and stuff from that meat. Whenever you put onions in here too, it smells good. Let's go ahead and add a little seasoning to the peppers. Do some salt. Do some pepper. Fresh ground pepper is better, but even pepper from your pepper shaker is just as good. You can season it. You don't need nothing else but salt and pepper. Do this if you put onions in this as well. If you do onions, make sure you dice them. I do onions and green peppers mostly, but like I said, I didn't have an onion today. You can do this without onions, preferably. Some people don't like onions. Nothing wrong with that. Perfect. Already. I had some paprika. I believe I do. No, I don't. Yeah, there it is. You can add a little paprika to it if you want. Adds a little flavor to the peppers. That's all you need, just a pinch. Just throwing a little bit of everything in it. A little bit of that steak chop. The steak chop stuff is awesome on any beef you get, especially steaks. My New York strips, if you haven't watched that video, go check that out. They use that on that. Alright, so my peppers are getting really tender now. And before you put your meat in, if you want to taste it, you can. You just brown them. That oil is going to absorb it. Also, a tiny bit of extra flavor. Get you about a 1/4 stick of butter. That's exactly what I got left. Throw that in there. You don't have to, but the butter is going to help keep it moist, and it's also going to keep that oil from burning. Like I said, you get your pot first before you do that. Now this meat crumbles. That's what I love about this at the meat store. Normally you have to peel it apart, which I kind of have to right now, but not that bad. You just put it in there. Easy to break up. Sometimes I just like to flake it as I put it in. And what we're doing is we're going to brown this meat. All of that in it. Break it up. Fun. Wash your hands, get that meat off. Get that raw meat off your hands. You don't want to sit there with raw meat on your hands, it's not fun. Alright. Now, add your salt. Be generous with that salt. There's 3 pounds of meat in here. You might not do 3 pounds of meat. You could do this exact same recipe, but do it with 1 pound of meat. If it's just you. If it's you and one other person, you can do 2 pounds. You can probably do it right off with 1 pound. Do your salt, pepper. I have to put a little extra because again, I got more food right here. I'm going to add a tiny bit of heat to it. And of course my steak chop. This stuff is the bomb diggity. Promise you. Mix all that up. Remember, we're browning our meat. You got those peppers down there. Stir it up. If you got the onions in it, you're going to mix that up. Just let it cook. I'm not wanting to burn it. I got my heat on a medium-high heat, about a 7 or 8. Actually, I got mine on 8 right now. Just keep stirring. If you leave it alone, you don't have to constantly do it. I'm just breaking up all this meat. It's going to be real fine. That's what we want. We want taco meat. One thing that's kind of fun about having an apartment is you have a window right by your kitchen, at least I do. And I don't want my house or my whole apartment to smell like meat, so I open the window, put a box fan in front of that window, blows that smoke out, blows that smell out. Then all the neighbors would be knocking, "Hey man, what you making? That smells good." Give you an idea of what it looks like so far. It's browning up slowly. Always try and stay organized and clean at the same time. Now while that's cooking some more, I'm going to show you these taco shells. These are awesome. They're really good. You don't have to cook them long. Get your oven to 350 at least. Now when you open them, they're going to come in a pack like this, and then you get these little, look like little TIE fighters or whatever from Star Wars. But you're going to make these little bowls, and then these go on top to make the shell. Mix up some more. And one thing we're going to do before we start doing our other seasoning and the tomatoes and all that is we're going to add we're going to drain this meat, is what we're going to do. Oh, you can add guacamole, avocados. I got 2 avocados I could chop up, you can put in it and eat with it. Avocados are considered the superfood of all foods. Alright, so I'm going to open this just to show you how basically these are made. Alright, so it's going to come in a pack of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. First thing you're going to do is just grab it. It's got a little slit right here. Kind of tricky now. Put it through there and it has like a little hook. Same thing with that, and then it makes you a little bowl. See? Just like that. Just place it on your little... I use a pizza pan because I could barely fit all 4, but it's just enough every time. That meat's just cooking still right now. Go back, stir it a little bit. Still some pink in there. Good thing I use this pot instead of a frying pan. I love a frying pan, but I got too much meat. Remember, if you have you don't have to use a pot either. If you're using just like a pound of meat, or you got a large skillet, iron skillet, you can do 2 pounds of meat in it. I'm using this pot because I got 3 pounds of meat right here. Starting to come together really well. That right there. Let's make these other 2 little bowls. You could skip through this part if you want to. I would edit it, but I don't have a computer to do that. So this is all real time, folks. I mean, if you were here hanging out with me, this is how it would be. But I mean, how else are you going to know if you didn't see it in real time instead of skipping towards the end? But you're more than welcome to skip towards the end if you want. See the finished product. All right, got my 4, right? Can you see that? See that well? Yeah. Now, take your little tortillas that are in there. There's going to be 4 of these in here. Doesn't matter what side you do. What you're going to do is lay it on top. I like to do that. Just kind of press down on the sides to where it's molding to it. It's not going to look beautiful at first because they're still kind of cool. See, it's going to look kind of like that. A little kind of sticking out a little bit. That's normal. When it gets into the oven, it starts folding down and then it starts toasting. That's what you want. Meat's getting brown. I'm going to finish these and get these in the oven before I take this off the heat. Now this doesn't have to be well done, just brown, you know what I mean? Let me finish these up. Put this one right here, just kind of fold it around each corner of the little hexagon. 6 sides. Doesn't matter, as long as they're flattened down. They're gonna look like they're sticking up. That's normal. Alright, so this is basically what they're gonna look like right now. Now when they get in the oven, they're gonna start going down a little bit more. They're gonna look more like a bar. Put those in the oven, 350 degrees, put it up in there for about 8 minutes. Your oven may vary. Your oven may be different. Meat looks like it's just about done. So I'm going to go ahead and put my heat down to medium. Now, this is what your meat should look like. About like that. Looks like a lot of juice in there. That's that grease and stuff. We're going to go ahead and that oil and butter. We're going to get that out of there. That's why you drain your meat. Alright, so get you a little strainer. I get me a strainer just like this. You can get any type that you want that you use. You may have one already at home. Put it in your sink. Make sure your sink's clean. And then we're just going to put it in the sink. Put it in that strainer. Bear with me for a second. Oh. Alright. So now I'm just letting all that grease get out. All that oil, that good stuff. I'm letting that drain for just a second. Leave your heat on medium. Don't touch the eye. Alright, my taco seasoning. It basically tells you a pound of meat. Look, 1 packet does a pound of meat. I got 3 pounds, I got 2 packets. The reason I'm doing it like that, and I'm cutting 1 packet out instead of 3 packets, is because I don't want it to be really, really juicy. I just want it to be straight up seasoned meat that's really good. Trust me, it's the way that I do it. If you do a pound of meat, you only need maybe about a half of this packet. If you're doing 2 pounds of meat, just do 1 packet. I'm doing 3 pounds, so I'm doing 2 to kind of do the equation. Stirring the seasoning mix in the water. So all you don't really need any water if you don't want it. That's what the juices inside this is going to be. But when I pour this into my meat, I'm going to fill it about halfway with water. That's it. The meat is pretty much drained. Now, put that back into your pot or your frying pan. Okay. You want to taste test? But always taste test your meat. See how you like it so far. I think I need a little more seasoning. Add you a little more salt and pepper, whatever you want to add. Make sure you salt it to your liking. That seasoning always makes it good. Pour all of it, juice and all, these diced tomatoes. Just a can of diced tomatoes. That's all I need. You can use this with a pound of meat. I'm just doing 1 can with my 3 pounds. You don't have to cut that in half. The more tomatoes, sometimes the better. And just mix that bad boy up. That. Lord have mercy. Okay. Now, we're going to add, oh yeah. So done. Mix this all up. Remember, get you about half a cup of water, maybe 3/4. I'm going to add that in there. The reason we're adding that in there is for this. Bring that heat back up when you want. Add the seasoning to it. I can open it up. There we go. Now we're going to mix that up. That water you're adding in there is going to help that seasoning mix a little bit better. And it helps it soak it into that meat. So this is what I'm looking like so far. You can see. It's going to change color, basically look a little brownish red. That is okay. Don't forget to check on your taco shells. It says I got 3 minutes. Man, I smell it. It smells good. It smells good. What I'll start doing is putting ingredients in the description as well. Also, get you your favorite shredded cheese. For this, I'm using Mexican style cheese. You can get this at anywhere. Got these at Aldi. Get your favorite sauce, sour cream. I like using Taco Bell mild sauce. That stuff is awesome. One more time. You can get that at Walmart, Publix, anywhere. Fan over there. Is that better? Can y'all hear me better? Yummy. Got about 2 minutes on them shells. You want to make sure those shells are golden brown. I mean, I'm going off of the way my oven works. If they're still not golden brown by the time my timer goes off, I just add a couple more minutes, maybe 2 or 3. And you just want to monitor that and keep an eye on it. I'm going to let that, now you just kind of want to let that meat simmer. Let it simmer on a medium heat, medium to semi-high heat. And you want it to just kind of simmer. You want to let it soak all that flavor up. If that water's still in there, that's normal. What we're doing is basically cooking that water out. That meat's going to be really moist. Look like that. Yeah. Some of you watching this, I've made this before, and y'all tried it, and y'all said you loved it. This is a fan request, so I'm doing this for y'all. And I never really got to thank 141 subscribers. Thank you guys. You guys are awesome. We're moving up there. Small-time YouTuber, nothing big, not expecting anything. But if you enjoy what you see with me, share it. Share it with your friends, family, whoever. Everything you do helps support me through this channel. I just do this because I enjoy it. It's fun to do. This one's going to be a little bit more lengthy. Let's check them taco shells. That timer's going off. They still need about, I'd say about 3 more minutes. Let's try that. So this meat is just about ready. I'm going to let that water boil a little bit more out. Sometimes you just get you a little spoonful and take you a little taste test. See if it's seasoned enough for you, if you like it. Surely it should be with that seasoning we just put in there. Muy bueno. That is some good stuff. Good stuff. I love, I know. Here's something funny. My name's Taff Taylor. I'm fat. I'm not fat, but you know. I have a few pounds I can get rid of, but I love to cook. I've actually just started learning to cook about 2 or 3 years ago. I've always kind of cooked for myself, but I think the passion has kind of come into me about 2 or 3 years ago. And the more I do it, the better I'm getting at it, and I love it. And that's why I want to share what I make with you guys, because I love to cook. That's what I do. That's what I'm always going to do. And it's a good little stress reliever. if you're kind of curious about cooking at home, that's why they make these videos on YouTube, how-to videos, follow other people's ways of making food. Check them taco shells again. Ooh, they're getting toasty. I think they're about ready. I'm gonna give them just this last 2 minutes, about 1.5 minutes. 1.5 minutes, you guys. This meat's still simmering on that medium heat. You don't have, it's basically done. Just kind of show you what it looks like. Looks good, doesn't it? Got 1 minute left on them shells. We're gonna take those off. And then we're gonna get to making a bowl. Sorry if this video is a little lengthy. This is just showing the whole process of the cooking. I want to show you the final product and what it looks like. But I wanted to show you how I make my meat, what I do. If it had some onions in it, probably be a little bit more flavorful. Just depends on you if you like onions or not. I'm not really, okay, here's something funny about me. Like, I'll go to any burger place and they put onions on your burger, right? I'm not really big on having an onion on my burger. The only way I'll eat an onion on my burger is if it's grilled, and it's grilled and sauteed and seasoned correctly. And I like doing that on my own grill. But normal places don't do that, so I don't get onions. But I love having onions mixed with my food. I don't know why, I just do. Alright, so these should be about brown. Yes, perfect. Perfect golden brown. You see that? Taco shells. I feel like they could be in there just a tiny bit longer. You judge if you want them a little bit more firm, if you want them more crunchy, put them in there for just a little bit longer. If you want them just like that, take them right out. So about 10 minutes. That's what I'm going to rough it around to, about 10 minutes. Again, your oven may vary. My oven is a little bit different. But this is the gist of it. Sounds nasty, but I promise you, it's delicious. It's going to be juicy in there. If you want to drain it again, that's completely okay. One thing you can do is let it simmer. Let it simmer. That's exactly what I'm going to do now. I'm going to put that heat on low. Put this right here. Put my knife and my spoon right here. And basically let your meat simmer. The longer you let it simmer, the better it's going to be. Totally up to you. You can cook it. You can go ahead and eat it right now. It's just as good. But the longer you let it simmer, the better it will taste. Sometimes it's just juicier. The meat tastes more seasoned, you know, all that good stuff. All right, taco shell good now. There we go. That's what I wanted to see. See that nice golden brown? Perfect. About 10, 12 minutes at the most. That's what that took. Now I'm going to show you a bowl. Get you a plate, paper plate, however you want to do it. Dish it out the way you want to. I'm going to just use a paper plate for quick show and tell. These are not super, they're hot. Whew, okay. Now, get your shell. Here's a little trick I like to do. I like to add my shredded cheese on the bottom because that shell is so hot, right? So start melting the cheese right there. Then, let's get some of this meat. Drain some of that juice if you want. Lay that right on top. Put that back on top. Now we're going to add some sour cream to it. Get you a good dab of it if you like sour cream. If you don't use it. Get you the sauce, because the sauce is the bomb, diggity. Who doesn't like Taco Bell sauce, right? Put that on top. Get you a little bit more cheese. Put that on top. It's gonna look like that at first, right? You can add lettuce, you can add all that good stuff. Give me a fork. Mix it up. Mix that sour cream and that cheese. You got lettuce in here, mix that lettuce. You can add rice to this. You can add beans to this, your refried beans. All that. Amazing. Now, I hate to be the one to spoil it for everybody, but I'm hungry and I'm gonna take me a little taste test. Got that cheese melty. Get you a little bite of that shell. That is my taco shell recipe. Remember, you can add to this. You don't have to do it exactly like I did. And I hope that you all enjoyed. You want me to make another video in the future? Just let me know down in that comment section below. I hope you enjoy this. If you feel like trying it, let me know. Let me know that you're doing it. I sure do appreciate it. And let me know what you think if you guys do it. Let me know if you like the way it tastes. If it came out the same way that you think mine did. You got any questions, let me know. And I will see you all down the road, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.